Hello, this is Susan Baker. I'm the professor for this class, Art 1302. Thanks for taking my class. The first thing I want to do here is kind of walk you through the different parts of the class. When you log on, you will come to this page and you'll see on the left all of these different links, and you'll just go through them one at a time as you go through the class. But the very first thing you want to do is come down to your syllabus, and I've already pulled it up here for you, and read through it. But as you're reading through it, you'll be taking this quiz. You'll find that quiz right here, introductory quiz, and that will, if you need to complete that successfully before you'll see any content in any of these links. So you'll need to read your syllabus, answer the quiz, get a certain number of points on the quiz, and then that will unlock all of these links to the left. But you won't be able to see any content in these links until you've taken that quiz. The quiz is not for credit. It's just to make sure that you understand all of the guidelines of the class, all of the policies, and I just want to make sure you have all that information before you enter the class. Now you can have it open. I've opened it here. You can have it open while you're looking through the syllabus, and you can toggle back and forth so you can read a little bit, read a question and see what you're looking for, and then read here in the syllabus until you find it, and then answer the question and go back and forth. So this little introductory quiz is just is an open book, and again, it's just to make sure that you know all the policies in the class and how you'll be graded and what's expected of you. The next thing you'll want to do is come down here to purchase your book. And you just click on here and it takes you to this link. If you've bought an access code already from the bookstore, you would enter it right here. If not, just come down here and hit purchase, and it'll walk you through how to get the book. So that would be the next thing. Now this book is designed specifically for this class, and so it has learning objectives and a glossary and some exercises that will help you to be successful in the class. I don't make any money off of the book. It's just designed to go with this course so that you don't have a lot of material from some other book that you don't need. Everything in this book will be covered in the class. So once you have taken the quiz and you have access, then you'll come over here to chapter 1, and you should see all of these different links. And if you didn't, this is just a reminder that if you don't see any of these links, it's because you didn't take that quiz. Then here's a study guide, and you want to have that open while you're going through the chapters and be filling it out, because when you finish the course and come to the final exam here at the end, you can have that study guide open, and it will help you to be more successful on the final exam. So I strongly encourage you to fill that out as you're going through the course, so that you'll have that to help you with the final exam. You can read the instructions here. It says read chapter 1 in the book, and then when you come here, you'll see this chapter quiz will cover the content in the book. So this is an open book quiz again, and you can have it's not timed or anything, and you can toggle back and forth. I'm just going to go ahead and sign in to the book here. You'll see what it looks like. So here you can go through the welcome, and then you'll see here the different units, the introduction, chapter 1, etc. So those are what correspond to these quizzes that you see here in Blackboard. So you can have it open. You can just toggle back and forth and complete these quizzes as you're reading through the book. Now this second quiz is what I call an application quiz. And what that does is to test how well you've absorbed the material. So it's a kind of, you apply your knowledge to a specific question. And there's not really any way to look that up. It's just to test whether you've absorbed the material from chapter 1 and really understand it. So you can let me know if you have any questions about any of that. Now, after a while, after chapter 2, you'll see here that there's an ID quiz. And I put a practice ID quiz here so you can kind of practice for non-credit quiz here. So you can practice and kind of anticipate what it's going to be like before you take the real ID quiz. Now this ID quiz, when you click on it, you'll see it tells you here how far you're supposed to study. So for this ID quiz, you're going to study Northern Renaissance, Early Renaissance, and High Renaissance. And where you find that list is right here, identification lists. And when you open that up, you'll see Northern Renaissance, Early Renaissance, and High Renaissance files. And that quiz is referring to these files. So when you open this up, you'll see a series of images, and you'll know that that is what you'll be looking at. So I might show you this particular slide in an ID quiz, of course not with the name showing, but just like this. And you would say, okay, this is Robert Campan, and whatever file it's under, that's the style you would use. So this is Robert Campan, and he is Northern Renaissance. If we were looking at Early Renaissance images, then the artist you would find there, you would call Early Renaissance. Now, just so you know, you can kind of figure all of that out before you start. That's what the practice quiz is for. So you can kind of make sure you're on the right track before you do the quizzes for credit. All the ID quizzes, identifications here are all listed in this link, and you don't really need to use the book. They'll just all be here. Now these ID quizzes are timed. You only have 5 minutes to answer 5 questions or identify 5 images. So you have to commit these images to memory or you'll run out of time. You may not run out of time in the first one, but eventually there are going to be so many, you're not going to be able to keep looking them up. You'll need to commit it to memory in order to complete the quiz in the time allotted. And again, that's what the practice quiz is for, so you can kind of get a feel for how long you're going to have and what that's going to take. Now you don't have to worry about spelling. If you'll notice here when you come to the first ID quiz, there's a spelling sheet here, and all of the artists' names are here. So if you go down here, there's Robert Campan, who we just looked at, and all you have to do then is use this on the quiz for your spelling. You can see all of them are listed here for all the chapters, but that'll help you to kind of get away from the spelling. Also, the ID quizzes are machine graded, so you need to use that list to make sure then that the computer, that's what the computer is going to look for when it grades. Now, if any time you think the computer made a mistake or you just made a minor spelling issue or something, just email me and I'm happy to review it. Make sure you tell me which ID and what you think the mistake was. So you'll just work through your chapters here and you'll do your ID quizzes. There are a couple of museum assignments. You'll take a look at those and the final exam. And if you have any questions, the best way to get a hold of me is to email me. The best way to get to the way you'll reach me the quickest is through email. And on the syllabus, you'll find my contact information here. Because of the COVID, I'm not going into the office. They're not allowing anyone on campus. So you'll have to email me, and if we can't work it out in email, I'll set up a Zoom meeting where we can talk. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you enjoy the class. It's important to me that you took it, and it's important to me to have made a good class for you. And I hope that you can have as pleasant a summer as possible. Good luck.